Welcome back guys, KalelSoups808 here. Today I'm going to be reviewing a very special piece, one of my favourite pieces in my collection. The Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees Legend of Crystal Lake premium format by Sideshow Collectibles. Stay tuned. Yes, I know it's Michael Myers t-shirt, not Jason Voorhees. Unfortunately, I don't have a t-shirt of Jason Voorhees. However, I do have the Funko Pop, and I'm a huge fan. I'm just going to talk about the box real quick, very quick, because I don't like to go on about the boxes too much. But as you can see, it's absolutely gigantic. Picture of the statue on the front there, with his signature hockey mask in the background. Silhouette of the figure on the back, and the edition size on the bottom. So mine was the exclusive. There's 2,000 of the regular, I believe, but there was 1,250 of the exclusive, and mine is number 897. So this has been out a few years now, and it retailed, I believe, at about $470 US. And he's mixed media. So he's polystone, but then his clothes are fabric, and they just did a phenomenal job on this thing. So this thing is an absolute behemoth. It's huge. The website says he's 22.5 inches tall. However, I measured him earlier, and he's more like 2 feet tall, like 24 inches. He barely fits in a Besta cube. He's gigantic. I love the pose. He's got the kind of like hunched back, but he's like posturing and sticking his chest out with his arms right back, holding his famous machete. And they did a great job on the machete, by the way. If we just take a look at that. It's blood stained from one of his victims. There's blood specks on the hand. There's blood specks all the way down his shirt and his pant legs. And also on the pant legs, there's a lot of dirt on the bottom because this guy just really does not care about how he looks, clearly. His boots, they look like paint flecked and muddy. The laces are all sculpted. He has blood droplets on his boot and on the wooden floor underneath him. It's a very realistic wooden looking base with kind of wooden boards with tree roots intertwining. There are some fallen leaves on the ground, like maple leaves. And one thing I love about the base, and just like with the Freddy Krueger premium format base, is there are these kill images. Now this is the Jason Voorhees from the third movie, Friday the 13th Part 3, because obviously, as we know, in the first movie it was Pamela Voorhees, his mum, doing all the killing. Then in the second movie he had kind of a bag over his head, but in the third he had the classic hockey mask all the way through. And in my opinion, the third movie was the best of the franchise. So around the base we've got all these kills from the third movie. So right here we've got him grabbing onto that girl's head and squeezing it and the eyeball popping out. There's a scene right here where he grabs a girl by the forehead and like sticks a machete through her chest. There's a scene here where somebody gets a harpoon in the eye. And then another scene right here where he's got his hand over an old lady's mouth. And then there's an image of Jason here kind of reaching out with a hatchet in his head. Still alive, still coming at you. And if we take a closer look at his face, his hockey masked face, he's got kind of like the weird odd eyes. They're like very glassy blue, very well done. The right eye it's kind of cloudy, like cataracts or something. And then his mask, it's got the split here where he got that hatchet in the head that's shown on the base. And then he's got an axe wound on his head. Sorry. He's got an axe wound on his head, which is really, really well done. And as you can see here, there is, with the exclusive, there's a couple of switch out options. I believe the exclusive part of this was the harpoon. And this is going to go in his right hand. His hands have just come on and off with magnets. Very strong magnets. There we go, and we'll just get a close-up of that harpoon there. Yeah, so I had to have the option of the harpoon. That's how I'm going to have him displayed eventually, with both the machete and the harpoon. My one criticism is this should have had an empty hand here, I think. An empty left hand, so you can have the option for just the harpoon. But they didn't. But that's a minor nitpick. And then the head comes off on, again, a very strong magnet. As you can see, there's a switch out head, an unmasked head. I'll just switch these out now. And here he is with his unmasked head. But I will not be displaying the unmasked head in my display, just because the hockey mask is just classic, and I need him to have his hockey mask. But it's very well done. It's a shame to not display it, really. As you can see, his nose is all messed up and broken and deformed. He's got that twisted face that Jason has with a sunken eye. And his teeth are just all, he's never cleaned them in his life, just mangled. He's got the wound in his head. He's got these kind of like boils, wart kind of things on his head. And then the veins on the side of his head. There is a seam with this thing, but they've hit it really well where the head attaches, because as you can see now, it's kind of almost hidden in the wrinkles of his neck, that just gigantic thick neck of his. But they've really kind of curved the seam well into the wrinkles. So yeah, they did a great job of this thing. And the body just goes onto the base. He's just all one part. Obviously, you can see I've taken the head off and the two hands. And then he just slots in with that one peg and a rod just on the base, just like so. Yeah, and then the mask is just exceptionally well done. Like, again, I need to display him with the mask. It's dirty, it's grimy. These straps at the back, they look like they should be fabric, but they're just sculpted on there. Even just down to these like little metal nuts, these little metal parts on the mask. Just really, really well done. He's just ridiculously heavy. The website says, I've not weighed him personally, but about 27 pounds, which is just ridiculously heavy. Yeah, just fantastic. Very, very simple, but very, very effective. The work on this thing is just incredible. I love what they're doing with the horror lines, with the stylized bases, with the scenes embedded into them. They did the same with the Freddy Krueger premium format. I'm going to put a link to that video in down below, because I did a review on that just recently. And I just wish Sideshow did a Michael Myers in quarter scale with the same kind of base. However, Pop Culture, I've just learned recently that Pop Culture Shock, they're doing a quarter scale Michael Myers, and there will be a stylized base very similar to this with 4 windows in the base. And those windows will have different kill scenes from the movies. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Pop Culture Shock do with that one. Again, as you can see, I'm a huge Michael Myers fan, so that's an instant day one pre-order for me as soon as it comes out. So that about wraps up this review, guys, for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that YouTube notifies you whenever I release a new video. I'm going to be doing more reviews pretty soon. And also let me know in the comments, guys, what you think about this guy. Do you have this piece? What are your thoughts on it? Hopefully I've covered everything there is to cover about it, but I might have missed something. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer. And also guys, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, KalilSoups808. I post there pretty frequently these days. So thanks for watching guys, until next time, stay tuned.